Well, I'm back here again. I thought maybe I would try working my way through the woods to the edge of the pond from this side, moving towards the area where I found that large sand yesterday to see if I'd have any luck. But unfortunately, it's just polluted with modern trash. I mean, terrible, terrible. Everywhere you look, girders, pieces of aluminum siding, railing, chicken wire. It's a mess. It's a mess. So I puttered around out there in the field. I think I'm just going to go back over to the other side and putter a little bit more. Not much today. But I did just find this. Nice little debuckle. Wasn't that deep, and it doesn't look like brass to me. It looks like cast metal. So my guess is this actually isn't very old. But I'll get a better idea of it when I get it home and take a look at it. So, had a debuckle yesterday and a debuckle today. Yesterday's was old. All right, I'll get back to it, let you know if I find anything else. Well, hey there. I came over the other side, went down the beach, got a deep high tone. Took a while to shovel it out because it's like mud down there, so the water's rushing in. But I finally did get it out of the hole, and I'm quite pleased. Have a look. As you can see, this is a little ring, probably for a young person or a lady. And you can see it's all black, but when I rub it, the black comes right off, and underneath is very, very shiny. This might very well be a silver ring. So give me a moment. I'm going to clean this up, and I'll let you know if I can tell, at least in this location, whether or not this is a sterling ring. It might not be, but I'm quite excited by the fact that it has turned black, because in the presence of wet soil like this, silver often turns black. We call it black silver. If you dig a silver coin and it's in a spot that's been repeatedly soaked or is underwater, it's not uncommon at all for that silver coin to have turned black. One of the only times that shiny isn't shiny. So my suspicion is this is actually a little silver ring. Not worth much, but yeah, it's a pretty good find. And even if it's not a silver ring, I'm still pleased to have found it, considering how tiny it is and how deep I had to go to get it. I'll show you the hole, but the hole's mostly full of water. No place to sit over here, and I can't put like the kneeling pad down and kneel over here because it's just wet goo. Kind of like mudlarking a little bit. Yeah, oh yeah, you can see the hole is really filled in. Look at that. Trust me, that's way down there. In fact, it's gotten wider because the sides are soaking up the water in there and then they're slipping in. That's the first load of dirt that came out, and then these blobs here are the second load. It's all quiet now, so I know there's nothing else in there. Just this target. So let me get this cleaned up a little bit, and then we'll see what we've got. I'll get back to you. All right. I think I see a mark in the band. I'll try zooming in. Can you see it right there? Right there. I think that says sterling. See it? S-T-E-R-L-I-N-G. Sterling. Right there in the band. So, I'll use the silver test kit on it when I get it home, just to be sure. But I think what we have here is a little sterling ring. And my guess is it was lost quite some time ago, because modern sterling jewelry doesn't say sterling, it says 925. So this could be quite old. I think someone told me that the word sterling was generally going out of practice in the early 1900s, so, but I don't know for certain. But I think that says sterling, so I think it is a silver ring. I'll use the test kit when I get home. Either way, right now I feel like it's silver, and any day you find silver is a good day, so I feel like we've made a good find. I'm gonna patch this hole up and hunt for a little longer. Whew, well, it's getting late in the day. I am really tuckered out, and it's raining. I'm getting rained on, so ugh. So I'm heading back home. The finds were a little scarce today. Certainly nothing like yesterday, but we did pick up what I believe is a sterling silver ring, so that's good. We'll wrap up real quick, won't take long. We got that modern buckle. I think it's modern. Got a little screw there. A beautiful silver ring. It's got like a horseshoe with a star in it, or a half moon with a star. Not sure what that is. We got a bunch of clad, a couple quarters, a few dimes, pennies. It's a mix of clad coins. Nothing special in there. There's one wheat penny in there. Pencil that was just on the surface, and 3 LARPer coins. One unit. And 2 of these Asian tokens. And that's really it. Wasn't anything else today. I didn't have a lot of luck. I started the day trying to approach the area where I found that large scent from this side, and it was hellacious. A lot of brambles to try to get through, and just a lot of modern trash. Anytime there was a construction project, it looks like the trash got dumped there, so I don't think I'm going to find anything there. You'd have to come through with like a backhoe and clean the whole area out before you could really detect in there, so that ain't going to happen. So anything else interesting happen? I found a hole. It kind of looked like a plug hole, but it's not one of mine, and there was no plug in it, and no plug nearby. So I went off into the tall grass in a scruffy area and dug a plug, and then brought it over there and filled it in. So now it's all patched up, and then I patched up the hole in the tall grass using just a rock that was in the woods. It's not a place where, put it this way, it's a place where there's already rocks, so I don't think I've created a problem for anyone, and I didn't use a big rock that sticks above the ground, so should be fine. Just because I don't want someone to see a hole and say, hey, who left this? It must be that Chuck guy, right? We don't want that. We don't want that. We want to be good to these people because they've been very good to us. All right, well, I think it's time to call it a day here by the old red barn. So I'm going to thank you for coming along with me. I had a really good time, and I hope you had a good time, and I hope you'll come with me on the next hunt. Another day on daylight savings. I'm able to slip away after work. Temperature's about 52 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's reasonably comfortable. Got a shallow high tone here. I figured it was nothing special, and it's nothing amazing, but whew, I'll take it. I would have thought that we had found all of these there was to find, but there's always another one. Man, those LARPers, they sure do drop a lot of coins. Man, I feel like if I ever popped in on one of those LARPer games, I would upset the whole economy. I brought my LARPer treasure chest with me. Oh, well. So yeah, a little LARPer coin right on top. Just sort of going to putter around in the woods a little bit today. I really liked finding that large scent, and I have found a couple large scents down here. I'm hoping maybe the big coil will help me find one that's deep that I missed before. But probably we'll find nothing. Anyway, we'll give it a try. Don't have a lot of time. Didn't manage to get away as early as I would have liked. I got pulled into a last-minute meeting right around quitting time. So, all right. All right, back to it. All right, I don't know why I'm live digging in this one. It doesn't sound that good, but it is nice and deep. Getting it at about 4 or 5 bars there, which is 8 to 10 inches. That's probably a lie. It's probably going to be a shotgun shell or a modern penny or something, but just in case. We are thinking it's right in here somewhere. And this thing really should be able to see it if it's as deep as the detector was saying it is. So, now comes the fun part. Let's see if we can get this, get a plug out of here. Oh, that's good. Nice and soft, more or less. We're in the woods, so we don't have to be super neat. And now the question is, no, I hear nothing. I don't get it. Okay, well, that was weird. Wondering if maybe I had my pinpointer turned off by accident or something. I had to pull a lot more soil out of the hole, and the signal, which had completely disappeared, suddenly came back. I am seeing a lot of rust in this ground, so I think there's interference. But here's what it was. That appears to be 3 little links of a brass chain. These links appear to be brass, judging from the patina on them. They're not iron. They ring up nice and high. And they were way down there. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. It's an interesting little relic. I don't know what it was part of, but it's cool. But yeah, it really worked for that one. Holy smokes. You never know. Well, no wrap up today. Didn't really find much. Little brass chain you saw, the LARPer coin you saw, actually turned out to be a spill. There were 3 of the same kind of LARPer coin, but that was it. A couple of other LARPer coins and a lot of trash. I had a real rough time out there in the woods. I got very frustrated and depressed. It happens. It happens, you know. I'd say the best find of the day was that little 3-link brass chain, and that's a little sad, but whatever. I can't really be greedy. I had a silver ring yesterday. The day before that, I had a 1848 braided hair large cent, you know, and before that, I had some silver coins over the weekend, so I can't be greedy. This place has been very good to me, and today it kept its secrets, so maybe the next time. All right. See you guys on the next one. Well, I've returned to this little park. Chuckin Dirt episode 1, I was here. I've been coming here for years. In fact, this little area that you see behind me here has turned up many Indian head pennies for me. But it has really gone dry. So I figured now that I'm using the big coil, the big old 15-incher, that maybe I would get some targets I hadn't heard before, you know. And, you know, you find the usual stuff. Bottle caps left by the bums who are returning here to drink. Bullet casings. Still plenty of bullet casings. But I am getting some deep signals, and I've been digging them. Nothing exciting. I did find this. I thought it was a little interesting. I believe that might be a very old bottle opener. Not sure. It's either that or some kind of an escutcheon. You see it's got a lot of holes in it and things. Just iron, but sounded a little funny because of the holes in it, so decided I should dig it just in case. All right. I don't expect I will find anything here today. I'm just here for a little fun after work. It's like 6 o'clock. I got maybe an hour of light. The gates are already closed. I'm going to have to walk out. So, yeah. But you just can't keep a good detectorist down. And this is a great place to go if you're afraid of coronavirus. No crowds here. I don't believe it. Well, I wasn't finding anything. I mean, I was getting deep targets, but it was all junk. And I was kind of getting a little depressed. And I was saying, yeah, we'll just go out again tomorrow. We'll go back over to the summer camp. Maybe we'll find another mercury dime or something. And I sort of beat myself up. I was saying, Jack, you're so silly. You know, you beat this ground to death. You'll never find anything else here. You've hit it real hard. So if the spot that I'm in looks a little familiar, it's because in the opening credits of Chuckin Dirt, there used to be a clip of me finding a V-nickel. Oh, it is a V-nickel! Sweet! Oh, 1894, baby! This is where I found it. About, it's got to be within 2 feet of where I'm kneeling right now. And I just had a signal on the Knox, a 1718, a fairly deep one. And started digging, and I ended up moving this huge rock, which I'll put back, don't worry. But underneath the rock was that. And that, my dear lovelies, is Lady Liberty wearing an Indian headdress. So we have got ourselves an Indian head penny. There's some people over there. I was checking them out. So we've got ourselves an Indian head penny. I don't know what year, but I'm excited. My guess is, given the activities in this park and when the park was built, I'd expect this Indian head to be around the turn of the century. The V-nickel I dug here was 1894. I've dug an 1897 V-nickel in this park. I've dug an 1895 barber quarter in this park. I've dug a couple of coins from the 40s and a lot of Indian head pennies from around the turn of the century, so I have no reason to believe that this one's any different. But right now, I can't get any deets off of it, so I'm going to take a toothpick to it and see what we got, and I will get right back with you. All right, my lovelies. It looks like there is a nice, I'll put the torch on here. It looks like there's a very nice patina. And I think you can see that this is an 1892. A beautiful 1892 Indian head penny with that funky green patina that we like so much. And I think the back's going to look fine too. I'm not cleaning that now. This is just a field cleaning, just enough to identify it. But she is lovely. Hello, Lady Liberty. So this lady has been asleep here in the soil for, about 130 years or so, somewhere in that neighborhood. And today, she gets to go in her first car ride, and if she's blushing a little bit, it's because it's her first time ever on camera. So, lovely. You know? Sometimes you find nothing. Sometimes you find all kinds of wonderful things. But sometimes when you're down and you can't believe, that you're hitting the same piece of ground you've hit 100 other times, or you're scanning the edge of a parking lot going, what am I doing? Sometimes you just get surprised. So, all right then. Well, I'm working my way out here, and I had a little tiny peeper, which turned out to not be as deep as I thought it was, as it was reading. So I was like, oh, it's probably a piece of junk. It's not a piece of junk. It's just really small, but it's not a piece of junk. Have a look. That, my dear lovelies, is a very tiny pin. It says art on it, and then across the ribbon, I think it says CMC or CMD. And on the back, it says Sterling. So, in addition to an 1892 Indian head penny, we just dug a tiny little piece of silver. Now this is really small, it's like a gram, but I'm curious about it. I'd like to know more. I wonder if it's some sort of an insignia, or, I mean, that looks like a palette with a pencil through it, so I don't think it is. But maybe it was something made specifically for someone. That might be a date there underneath. I don't know if I'm imagining it. Do you see a date? I'm not imagining it. 1927. Holy smoking moly. And the worst part is, it's dark. I've got to go home. It's 7 o'clock. It's dark out here. I got to walk back to the car in the dark. I'm scared. So, yeah, pretty darn cool. All right, well, there's not going to be a wrap-up today. I found two things, 1892 Indian head penny and a small sterling pin, perhaps from 1927. So I'm quite happy. I hope you enjoyed this tiny little hunt. I sure did. I was counting on finding absolutely nothing. I was like, there ain't going to be nothing out there. But just goes to show you. No such thing as hunted out ground. There's always more. All right, I got to go. See you on the next one. And the worst part is it's dark and I'm derp cam, right? Oh no, I wasn't zoomed in. Ah. Hang on, I'll get it. Cut. And the worst part is, I don't get it.